3, hit it!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. Do you know you can now download the Caffeine for the Soul app, and that's going to let you listen to these podcasts, do our free basic course, and there's all sorts of new programs that we're adding on a regular basis. So I hope you will go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and get started. I was watching a video from the spiritual teacher Rupert Spira. And if you've never watched Rupert Spira, he is, to my mind, a beautiful teacher. He teaches something that's usually called non-duality, a recognition of the oneness at the heart of life. And I'm often interested in spiritual teachers who haven't rejected the world of form. Now, you'd think on paper, anyone who taught something called non-duality would not say that form was bad and formless was good, that material was bad and spirit was good, because surely that would be duality. But it's surprising how many spiritual teachers and even non-dual teachers do take a stance against the form. But the teachers who've impressed me, not just in non-duality, but across, are the ones who recognize that we may well be spiritual beings, but we live in a physical world. We may well be made of life, but we exist in form. And a part of the form that we exist in is money. And so one of his students was asking him about it in this video. And he said, and this is not going to be a direct quote, but what struck me was that he said, money is the currency of joy. Now, I'd heard root of all evil. I'd heard necessary evil. I'd heard that thing you have to do, but you should do as little of it as possible so that you can be a good person. Like, I hadn't heard very many spiritual explanations of money where it wasn't an obstacle to be overcome. So there was something about him talking about it as the currency of joy that really struck me. And he went on to explain that if we share from our joy, if we create from our joy, if we do our work from our joy, which may sound complicated, it's not. It's, do you enjoy it? Can you do it in joy? Then the gift is not just the form of what you do, the skills that you share, the things that you create, the goods and services that you exchange. It's infused with the energy of joy, which is the energy of spirit. If you've heard the word enthusiasm, right? It comes from the root of in theos, of the divine, the breath of the divine, inspiration. So when we work from joy, when we bring inspiration and enthusiasm to what we do, when we enjoy what we do, that is a part of what we're sharing and exchanging. And if we do it well, it brings joy to the lives of others. They are able to enjoy their lives more because of what they're able to get from us. And so in this exchange of joy, we exchange our joy, our love, our aliveness in form, and they share theirs in the form of money. So in that sense, money literally is the currency of joy. It's interesting. If you've got a note on you, like a pound pound notes are really a thing of the past, but like a £5 note or a €5 note or a $5 bill, or it doesn't matter what the amount is, and you look at it, you will probably see it very differently if you think of it as stored joy. Right? This is something, when you look at this bill, that came from, in an ideal world, came from your sharing of your joy. And it's something you can use to bring more joy into your world and to bring more joy into the lives of others. Now, I had already come across this idea in a different form when I studied the work of Ken Honda. And in fact, you can go through the archives and you'll find a podcast called Happy Money. And Ken Honda is a Japanese teacher who taught about how not all money is the same, that there's happy money, which is money that was created and exchanged with happiness, with good feeling. And then there's unhappy money, which was money exchanged from a dark place or for dark purposes. And that he says, that you can sense the energy of money. Like he tells the story of handing his wallet to a woman at a party, and she went through his money bill by bill and gave it back and said, "It's okay, this is happy money." Now, I don't know that I could just take a bill out of my wallet or your wallet and know whether it was happy money or not. But I do know that there is a feel to how you earn money and how you spend money and what you do for money. And what is apparent in the work of Rupert Spira, what is apparent in the work of Ken Honda, and what is apparent in my own life is that when you allow money to be a tool of exchanging joy, of exchanging happiness, of exchanging enthusiasm, of exchanging aliveness, it becomes an absolutely beautiful thing. And all the guilt and shame and embarrassment that we culturally tend to carry about money isn't about money. It's about whether that money has been used to express our godlike spiritual nature, the joy of who we are, the aliveness at the core of ourselves, or not. And so if you want to play with this for yourself, and I really encourage you to do so, as you spend money this week, as you receive money this week, as you do things for money this week, notice how much joy there is. And without doing anything else different, if you can just find a little bit more enjoyment in receiving, a little bit more joy in spending, and a little bit more joy in creating, you'll find that not only will you wind up with more currency, a stronger current, everything that you have, everything that you spend, and everything that you do will carry with it that energy, and you will start to grow in joy and experience more and more of that aliveness in everything you do. Have fun, learn heaps, happy exploring, and I'll talk with you soon.